So after the elf video, I wanted to talk a little bit more about some of the elves' practices and specifically what they do with the elves that are either come out of the cloning wrong or are too weak from their decaying to continue existing even with implants. So when an elf is too weak to sort of contribute to elf society, they are basically stripped of all their gear and possessions and essentially mummified to some extent. There's sort of a ritual process to it, but once that's done and once they're basically just a desiccated husk that's still alive, because this whole time they're connected directly to a life support system. Once that's done, they're placed into a chamber not unlike a holding cell in a morgue. I don't know what they're called actually. The things in a morgue. But one of those little cabinet things. And this is inside of a ship, an elven ship. All elven ships have one of these compartments, and the elf is put in there and attached to a bunch of things, and basically the elf becomes the ship. And they are called a shipmind, and they just are the ship. And interestingly, they are they have a gold plate over their eyes, which signals that they're part of the elf servitor class, which is usually fulfilled by thralls of other races, undead thralls of other races. But they are also part of the servitor class, but despite that, they're actually very well respected, because if they weren't, they don't have much of a reason to live, so they would probably just crash the ships and kill everyone. But they don't, and they are very, very good navigators, because they basically spend their entire existence just living out being a ship, and they're put through these holographic training sessions, basically, where every time they're not actively controlling the ship, they're imagining themselves controlling it. And so they become these really, really intelligent pilots. And yeah, so that's about it.